Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to The Longing. It's day 304. It's Thursday, the 23rd of September. And I've done a little bit of reading, a little bit of research for this video, because yesterday I was talking about proving bread and why it's called that, and it's to do with alcohol. It's the same proof as when you have alcohol, when you proof alcohol. I don't know if that's the correct use of that in alcoholic context, but I'll read it. I'll read it for you. I got a Reddit post here for you. Someone asked where we get the term for proofing dough or proving dough, and someone says that it's because back in the day in Germany, then brewers were required to prove that the intoxicating effect of their product was due to alcohol and not by other toxins or other things that wouldn't be good for you. And so the brewers would prove this by, they'd mix some of their beer into a little bit of flour, and if that rose, then it was good and they could sell the beer. And then when yeast came along, then it was, a similar phenomenon, and so that's where proving came from. As for knowing why you do it twice, I've no idea. I've no idea why you proof bread twice, why you rise it twice. I know when you do it, when you mix it up and you knead it, and then you put that in a bowl for an hour or two, and then it rises. That's the first one. And then after that, you take it out, you shape it into whatever shape you're making, and then you put that on whatever you're going to cook it, and then you let it rise again. I don't know why. I think it might be because of oven spring. Oven spring being the phenomenon of it rising in the oven. If you've ever watched a time lapse of bread being baked, or anything being baked really, then you will see it rise in the oven. That's from the steam in the bread kind of expanding. And when it's a very detailed topic. Hundreds of people have done thousands of hours of research on it, I'm sure. But what you want with oven spring is you want it to rise, or I think typically you might want different things depending on what you're making. But typically you want it to rise as much as possible before the crust on the outside hardens, and then it can't rise anymore because the crust is hard and crusty. And so I wonder if the second rise is to get it as big as possible. And so then you put it in the oven, it's as big as possible, it'll rise a bit, and then harden, and then cook or whatever. If you didn't do that second rise, if you just shaped it and put it straight in the oven, it wouldn't be as big, so it would harden sooner, and it wouldn't be as big as one that you let the second rise do. Does that make sense? I feel like that was a bad explanation, but I that feels like it could be it. I should have looked that up too. I clicked record, I clicked start recording on this video, and then I thought, I should have looked up. I should have looked up why people do it. Speaking of baking, I'm going to do some, maybe tonight actually. I've got the time, and there's nothing wrong with baking late. I think as long as I don't use the stand mixer at 11 PM, the neighbours aren't going to complain. The oven isn't loud, is it? No, it's not. So yeah, I might, after I finish recording this video, I might go down and just mix up some dough. I really want to make some cinnamon rolls, because I haven't made some in a while, and I would like to try the original recipe that I used. I think I've only used it once. If you look up cinnamon roll recipe, at least here in the UK, we have BBC Good Food, which is an absolutely excellent recipe resource. It's incredible for cooking. It has everything, and it's so good. And I think their recipe, or one of their recipes, they have a bunch of recipes for different types of cinnamon rolls, but one of their recipes is just a standard kind of bready dough, slightly cakey maybe. And I think I've only made that one once or twice. Other times, I've made it using brioche or something else, I don't know. They have one recipe that uses self-raising flour, which negates the need for the rising. I don't think there's any yeast in it. Oh, nice voice crack. Yeah, I don't think there's any yeast in it, so it only takes like an hour from start to finish, whereas if you are using a yeasted leavened dough, then it would take 3 or 4 hours. It probably wouldn't take that long. It might take like 2.5 hours. So yeah, I will probably do that. I found just a quick aside, I did find that the self-raising ones that I made with the self-raising flour, they weren't as kind of moist and chewy. It was a little bit drier, the final product. I don't know why, but it was. I think the brioche ones that I've made, I think they're the best, but they're very decadent. And it's a lot of work to make brioche dough. Even with the stand mixer, you have to think ahead quite a bit. So I think I'll just make standard stuff, mainly because I don't have to think much about it. You know, just mix it all together. You don't have to worry about softening butter or any of that shit. Have I been doing anything today? I played more video games. There you go. That's what I've done today. So I guess that's the end of the video. Tomorrow we're gonna have all 4 of these crystals. That's pretty cool. I'm excited. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you've all had a really good day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Right as he gets to halfway. Look at that.